I've been driving the blacktop, especially through Kingston, for years, and playing the club scene, you know, played the local clubs in town, and for a lot of time cut my teeth on all kinds of country music and stuff, and learned how to write songs, and now we're in Nashville, Tennessee, and things are starting to churn for us, starting to do great. We got a brand new single. You know what's real great about that is we signed a new record deal this spring. You know, I've been working as an aspiring country artist for, a good number of years, and wake up every morning. It's, I always figure if I could improve where I was in the business by this much, then I was happy with the success of that day, and could move on to the next one. So it's like real baby steps, which is pretty normal, I guess, if you asked anybody that was in the same position. And just this year, everything started, the wheels took traction, and everything's just started taking off for us. So now, the music's getting ahead of what we're doing, and now we're trying to play catch up. We're trying to slow it down, we're trying to reel in the fish as to swimming away from us.
24/7, someone will be tough enough to take the heat. It's a man's job, and you're the kind of woman.
I actually grew up in a small little farming town outside of Cornwall, so I'm an Ottawa Valley guy, and on a dairy farm, and knew all about what hard work was about, and sweating and doing all that fun stuff. But of course, with hard work comes party hard, and so it was work hard on the weekend and let her rip, or work hard during the week and let her rip on the weekend, and that was all good. Then I moved to London, Ontario to go to college, and where I learned all about the do's and the don'ts of the music industry, and kind of all that fun stuff that a lot of people don't get. They don't get that advantage when they move to a big music city, and they usually get caught up in the turmoil, and then it's over, or they get burned out or whatever. So I think that was kind of a, I think that was a really great opportunity to be able to take part in the music industry arts program in London. And as soon as I graduated from there, one of our professors, Jack Richardson, who was a famed producer in Canada and the U.S. as far as that goes, with the Guess Who and numerous others. And so we cut, my first 5-song EP with Jack, and that was actually, I had that plan laid before I even moved to London to go to college. So in the back of my head, I was trying to figure out how to be a recording artist and a star right from the get-go.
All I know is the gravel went flying. She hit the gas and she was gone.
I had a couple of top 10 records. Actually 3 top 10 records in Canada, independently on radio. Sat in my basement, bachelor apartment, worked radio on my own. Might have told the radio guy my name was somebody else just so they didn't think I was working my own project. And did really well, and then finally got the nerve up to move to Music City.
Kicks 93.5, today's hottest country. There's It's a Man's Job. Wendy B's Bootlegs with Mr. Greg Hanna.
For some reason, Canada has always been where everyone comes to make rock records. And the South is where everybody goes to make country records.
Yeah.
It's weird. All the Americans come here to make rock, and all the Canadians, whatever. But we cut a lot of, everything's with technology, and everything is very universal. I mean, we cut half this, most of this record in Canada, and we cut some of it in the States. So I mean, the only thing about being in Nashville is if you really want to get in there and dive into songwriting and get into the business, it's the best place to do it, because opportunity knocks on your shoulder all the time. Yeah.
She's her daddy's girl, his only pride and joy. Lives in cowboy boots, dresses to the nines, ripped and faded jeans.
The neat thing is, the first time I went to Nashville was when I was in high school. And I always said, if I never get a chance to go to Nashville, I'm going to go right now, because, I was working on the farm all the time, had a little bit of money in the bank. I'm going to go now. If I never get to Nashville again, it'll be fine. And I went on this bus tour, and I remember stepping off the bus and thinking, oh, I'm in Nashville, yeah, and feel the electricity. And I looked up on the billboard, and it said, tonight, Rat in concert. I'm like, what? This is supposed to be country town, cow town. But anyhow, no, there is a great electricity in that town. You can feel it. Anyone that goes to visit Nashville, either if they've been there, they know what I'm talking about, or if now they go to check it out, they will definitely experience it as well. It's a great vibe. And so after college, I started going to Nashville all the time, meeting people, networking, because it's all about networking and shaking hands. And the neat thing is that with the success independently that I had in Canada, that opened all the doors for me in Nashville.
Down the road, singing to the radio.
Neatly enough, we actually signed a deal with Megaforce Records, the largest rock and roll label in the U.S., home of rock giants Metallica, Anthrax, Black Crowes, and then the two bookends on the outside of the label, Greg Hanna and Willie Nelson.
All the boys will do. They don't.
There's two types of music I love to write. I love to write, get down, turn it up, have fun music, for highway driving. And then the middle of the road stuff, write that a little bit. But it's pretty much, cry yourself in a puddle of tears, or rock it like crazy. And we had the project pretty much done, maybe other than a couple or three songs, whenever we submitted it to the folks at Megaforce. And they fell in love with it. And they bought the package. They understood, they got it, they said, yes, let's go, let's try this, we're excited. And as soon as someone says yes, it's yes. And it's been yes ever since, and we're just, we're holding on for dear life and saying, giddy up, baby.
Man's job. Oh, it's a man's job.
I said to my wife last year, or 2 years ago now, I said, you know what, I think we need to, I think we need to start a family, and, can't wait forever on the music, although I'm not going to give up on it. Let's do what we want, let's do this, what we're all about, So we had our daughter, and now, pardon the pun, but all hell is breaking loose. So it's great. I mean, I'm back paddling and trying to, treading water, but with all this success is going to come, in 2010, a lot of extensive touring. So that's going to start beating down on the family life. But whenever you work so hard and everyone involved knows your passion, I think it's all just fine.
Can't wait on tomorrow to start living life.
It's a Man's Job just broke top 40. As people are watching the show, we'll probably be a little bit higher. We're on a roll right now in the States. We just broke 40, which got us on the red carpet at the Country Music Awards last week. We're 34 with a bullet in the U.S., and we're just fresh out of the gate with the new single, It's a Man's Job, here in Canada. So starting in spring, there's going to be extensive tour dates on both sides of the border. So can't wait to get in that tour bus and let it rip.
It's a man's job.